Well, this is basically my first year at BCC, and I've gotten a chance to explore, community college life. And I remember one of the trips that I went on to was the Whidbey Island Conference, where Western Washington University basically got a lot of the community colleges around the area, and we brought together students of colors, gays, straights, everything, and just kind of had a conference, and we discussed a lot of things that kind of helped me to see a four-year college, and also reinforce my goals and where I want to go after transferring to Bellevue Community College.
I want to talk a little bit about diversity in the 10 minutes that we have left. Some of your perspectives, and I'm going to have a little bit more of a free-for-all here. What are some of your perspectives on the role of diversity on a college life, particularly around the issue of curriculum, faculty, and students? Anyone might just jump in and...
I think that diversity is one of the best things that you can do, that an educational facility can have. With diversity, say a diverse class students, you have the opportunity to discuss with students, see different views. For example, at Bellevue Community College, in one of my classes, we might have students from about 3-4 different countries, a couple international students. And so when we talk about something like affirmative action, it's nice to hear their views and hear our views and hear Caucasian views. All the views, it helps to better your own education. You get a better understanding, a better overall picture, not just such a one idea or one viewpoint.
Anyone else around the question?
I think just to reinforce what she was saying, we live in a globalized world, and even if you're a business major or any major that you're going to, I think you need to have those skills to have relationships with people from different countries, to know different cultures, and to be able to interact with those cultures. And I think, and not even I'm not talking about only culture, but gays and lesbians, and diversity is a broad word. So I think diversity not only in your classroom but in leadership and in positions of power is very important for you to be able to develop those skills necessary to work in this world right now and have relationships with people around you.
What about curriculum? What role does diversity play on a college campus from your perspective around the issue of curriculum?
Very important.
Could you say more, please?
I mean, what campus educators and people in administration need to understand that this is an institution of learning, and you can't give people selective learning with the thoughts that they're not going to interact with different types of environments and settings when they leave the college. So if you don't prepare them with a diverse curriculum, then as they step outside of the world, you're setting them up basically for failure. Because if you look into perspective, when we speak diversity, it's not it's gays and lesbians, but the real overall one is race, because it still hasn't the borders built by race relations in this country hasn't been completely torn down. It's a Berlin Wall of race all throughout the U.S. and throughout the whole world, really. But I mean, outside of that perspective, until you break that down, what you're going to have to do with diverse curriculum, understand each point of view, then it'll help the advancement of society as a whole, just on the moral human rights side of it, I believe.
What about on the area of recruitment, be it of students? I know here at Lorain County Community College, to have such a large Latino American population, particularly from Southview and Admiral King in the city of Lorain, we have a dearth of Latino students, a dearth of Latino faculty here. So what role does diversity play in the kind of conscious action plan to recruit students, to recruit faculty for the kind of discussions that Jessica was outlining?
I personally believe that in a city like Lorain, I personally from Seattle, I didn't see much diversity. And I feel like the few people that are in Lorain that have seen it, you have to tell other people about it. There are places where there is a lot of diversity, and you have to say, we want them here. You have so many Latinos in this community, yet you have none at your college. If you guys don't say that you want them, then the school's not going to care. If you don't want it, they're not going to give it to you. And if you want it, you have to tell them that you want it.
I agree with you, and also talking to some of the Lorain community college students, a lot of them feel like there's not enough diversity, but we have the same problem in Bellevue Community College, but we also need to go out there, talk to these high school students. If you want to start a mentoring program, You know, even down to elementary school, we need to reach out to the students who feel like they don't have anywhere to go and they're stuck here in this town.
I think what the problem is that maybe most students like want to get away and go, like maybe like some Latinos like get out of Lorraine, go like to other colleges, maybe like University of Toledo, Kent, Ohio State, Cincinnati, to, Dayton, wherever they want to go. Probably just like they want to, maybe because they don't want to stay around this area because they've been around this area their whole life, that they want to travel like outside the area, like this is a new surrounding. Like maybe after you guys are done and graduated from your community college like me or whatever, I like to travel outside the state, like go to the South for like a new, just like go to another college, possibly just like start fresh, like because like I would like to graduate down the South with my master's in nursing. If I could practice, I could obtain that.
I guess going back to the curriculum thing, then you will need those skills. You need that knowledge from a diverse curriculum to be able to go out of this town and to go out to other states and be able to do good in those classes and know how to have the knowledge. And if that's not being offered, then I think that's something else that we need to work with at Bellevue Community College, is a more diverse curriculum.
On top of that, like you said, a lot of students might want to leave, but aside from those students, I'm betting, I don't even have to know the statistics, that Southview and Admiral King doesn't have a high graduation rate. So other students that make it and leave, there's still the residue of what was left.
Mm-hmm.
So there might be a large percentage of kids just out there in the street. And look, and the key to community colleges, I don't think community college and administrators don't understand that it's the last hope for a lot of people. Because for those who didn't have good preparation in high school, or basically K through 12, end up not able to go to the high class colleges, and this is going to be the stepping stone that sets them in the direction towards a better future. So a diverse curriculum is, man, it's needed, but you know.
Also, when we talk about a diverse curriculum is also outside of the classroom. Read books about your culture or different cultures. Travel, go see other things, because a lot of people, today in the dialogue that we had before this, I heard somebody say a lot of people are born in Lorraine and die in Lorraine. When you travel, you see different things and you desire to be a part of the different things, you know? And traveling is one of the best ways of educating people, because you see with your own eyes, you see different cultures, you see people speak different languages, you see them interact differently. A lot of the things that Cash told me about Ohio, I heard it, but now that I see it from my own eyes, I'm like, man, it's so different out here than it is in Seattle, and the only way that I could really get the full experience of it is coming here and seeing it for myself and experiencing it.
Along with what he was saying about the really high rate of non-graduates in, like, you know, Admiral King and all those high schools, I think it's important to reach out to them and try to convince them, or, you know, give them hope to go and get a GED or finish high school. Tell them about all the benefits of going. Like, it's so easy to get into this college and get your education. Yeah, it's really just a good idea, and there's no reason why people should just, you know, sit at home and be lazy when it's so easy to just get your GED and get this done. I think it's really important to press that on people that haven't graduated.
About what you were saying about you live in Lorraine, you're born in Lorraine, you die in Lorraine. I think what it is that, like, based on like how people view Lorraine, maybe Cleveland or even here, that society will give up on people like the Latinos in Lorraine or in Cleveland, or wherever side of Cleveland maybe that's what reason why they have the whole structure of you was born in Lorraine, you die in Lorraine. Maybe that's the whole reason for some of them not like they're not the high dropout rate in Lorraine City schools altogether. Maybe that's the real reason for that, because they like no outreach programs or whatnot come to help them or whatever.
Cody, you mentioned earlier an interest in music, and in seeing some of the National Music Awards and seeing the role of music as being a universal language, what role do you see that music might play as an art form in a college cultural environment in bridging some of the gap, either racially or around other issues of diversity? What role might the arts play from your perspective?